Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from our channel. In this video, we honor American celebrities and other notable figures from around the world who have recently passed away. Before we begin, please show your support by liking this video. It truly means a lot. Thank you. Now, let's begin this emotional journey of remembrance.
The music world lost a soul who lived multiple lifetimes. John Forte, the Grammy-nominated musician whose journey from hip-hop stardom to federal prison to redemption inspired thousands, was found dead at his home in Chilmark, Massachusetts, at the age of 50. Chilmark Police Chief Sean Slavin said there were no signs of foul play or readily apparent cause of death. A New York City native and musical prodigy, Forte burst onto the scene in his early 20s as a key contributor to the Fugees' Grammy-winning masterpiece The Score and Wyclef Jean's acclaimed The Carnival. A rapper, singer, and multi-instrumentalist, he released solo albums Poli-Sci and I, John, collaborating with artists including Carly Simon, whose son, Ben Taylor, was his close friend. Forte called Simon an adopted godmother. "She's my champion, my crusader, my mentor, my friend, my spiritual guru. She's an awesome human being." Then everything changed. In 2000, he was arrested at Newark International Airport for possession of liquid cocaine and sentenced to 14 years in prison. After 7 years, President George W. Bush commuted his sentence, with Simon among his most vocal advocates. Forte spent the past decade in Chilmark with his wife and 2 children, becoming a fixture in Martha's Vineyard's music scene. Recently, he worked with filmmaker Dawn Porter on her revitalization of Eyes on the Prize, the civil rights documentary that aired on HBO. Forte is survived by his wife, photographer Laura Fuller, and 2 children. Rest in peace, John Forte. Your music, your fall, your rise, and your refusal to be defined by your lowest moment will continue inspiring anyone who believes redemption is possible. Hollywood lost a beloved character actor when Richard Dimitri, the comedian and actor best known for his memorable role as Roman Moroni in the 1984 cult classic Johnny Dangerously, passed away in Los Angeles with his wife, Christiane, at his side, at the age of 83. He had battled heart and lung illnesses for decades. Of Assyrian descent, Dimitri was born in Yonkers, New York on June 27, 1942, the second son of Mary Eshu and Jacob Manuel. His father abandoned the family when Richard was a toddler. Raised by his mother in difficult circumstances, Dimitri often remarked, "She tried the best she could. I never did not feel her love for me." He studied at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, graduating in 1962. Dimitri made his New York debut in the 1963 off-Broadway revival of The Immoralist, and went on to perform on Broadway in Zorba, The Guide, and Lysistrata, with Melina Mercouri. He taught acting at Queens College City University in New York before moving to Los Angeles in 1975. His most iconic role came as Roman Moroni in Johnny Dangerously opposite Michael Keaton, delivering lines fans still quote decades later. He also appeared on Hawaii 5-0, Welcome Back, Kotter, Starsky and Hutch, The Tracy Ullman Show, and in the film Let It Ride. Throughout his life, Richard touched many with his talent, brilliant sense of humor, unique perspective, honesty, and intellect. But it was his role as a valued father and husband that was the most important and rewarding of his life. Predeceased by his beloved son, John W. Dimitri, he is survived by his wife of 26 years, Christiane. Rest in peace, Richard Dimitri. Your unforgettable characters and warm heart will continue bringing laughter to all who remember your work. Korean cinema lost its beating heart, Ahn Sung-ki, the revered actor whose 6-decade career earned him the title the nation's actor, passed away at Sunchunyang University Hospital in Seoul at the age of 74. He had been battling blood cancer for years and died surrounded by his family. Born on December 31, 1950, in Daegu, to a father working in the film industry, Ahn's extraordinary journey began when he was just 6 years old. He made his debut in the 1957 film Twilight Train, appearing in roughly 70 films as a child actor before stepping away as a teenager. He graduated with top honors from Hankook University of Foreign Studies with a degree in Vietnamese, but struggled to find work after the Vietnam War ended in 1975. He returned to acting in 1977, and his breakthrough came in 1980 with A Fine, Windy Day, earning him the Grand Bell Award for Best New Actor. What followed was a career of unparalleled excellence. His role as a Buddhist monk in Im Kwon Taek's 1982 masterpiece Mandala earned him the Baeksang Arts Award for Best Film Actor. He and Park Jung-hoon starred in the 1993 hit buddy cop comedy Two Cops, winning the grand prize at the Baeksang Arts Awards, creating Korean cinema's original bromance. Ahn won 5 Grand Bell Awards for Best Actor, a record no other South Korean actor has matched, appearing in over 130 films. In 2005, he received the Bogwon Order of Cultural Merit and served as chairman of the Korean Film Actors Association from 2006 to 2008. Despite his iconic status, Ahn remained humble, uncomfortable with the nation's actor label, preferring to be seen simply as another film actor. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung praised him for never discriminating between lead and supporting roles. Ahn is survived by his wife Oh So-young and their 2 sons. Rest in peace, Ahn Sung-ki. Your quiet dignity and 6 decades of brilliance have forever shaped Korean cinema's soul. Sylvester Stallone is not just a movie star. He is proof that resilience can rewrite destiny, that belief in yourself when no one else does is not delusion but survival, and that greatness often comes not from talent alone, but from an unbreakable refusal to quit. From a difficult birth that left him partially paralyzed to becoming one of the most iconic figures in cinema history, his journey is not about luck or connections. It is about hunger. It is about a man who turned rejection into fuel, who wrote his own destiny when Hollywood refused to cast him in it, and who understood that sometimes the only way forward is to fight for every single inch. Sylvester Encio Stallone was born on July 6, 1946, in Hell's Kitchen, New York City, and his life began with struggle. During a complicated birth, doctors used forceps that accidentally severed a nerve in his face, leaving the lower left side partially paralyzed. It affected his speech, giving him a distinctive slur. It drooped his lip and his eye. Other kids might have been protected from the world. Sly was thrown into it. His father, Frank Stallone Sr., was a hairdresser with a volatile temper. His mother, Jackie Stallone, was a larger-than-life astrologer and wrestling promoter who believed in tough love. The marriage was turbulent, filled with arguments and chaos. Sly grew up in an environment where love was expressed through conflict and survival meant learning to take a punch. School was brutal. Kids mocked his speech, his face, his appearance. Teachers dismissed him as slow or difficult. He acted out, got into fights, moved from school to school. By the time he was a teenager, Sly had attended more than a dozen schools. But even as a boy, Sly had something burning inside him. He loved movies. He loved bodybuilding. He loved the idea of being someone powerful, someone respected, someone who couldn't be ignored. He started lifting weights obsessively, building his body into armor against a world that had been unkind. After high school, Sly attended the University of Miami studying drama. It was there he found something resembling purpose. Acting gave him an outlet, a way to channel all the anger and pain and hunger into something creative. He wasn't the most naturally gifted actor, but he had intensity, he had presence. After college, Sly moved to New York City to pursue acting. What followed were years of brutal rejection. Casting directors took one look at him and said, "No, too strange looking, too hard to understand, not leading man material." He was told repeatedly to find another career, that he'd never make it, that his dreams were unrealistic. Sly refused to listen. He took any work he could find. He appeared in softcore films just to pay rent. He worked as an usher at a movie theater. He cleaned lion cages at the Central Park Zoo. He slept in bus stations when he couldn't afford a room. At his lowest point, he was so broke that he had to sell his dog, a bull mastiff named Butkus, for $40 outside a liquor store. It broke his heart. He kept auditioning. He kept getting rejected. He booked small roles in films like The Lords of Flatbush, playing thugs and background characters. Nothing that suggested stardom, nothing that paid well. He was in his late 20s, struggling, watching other actors succeed while he remained invisible. But Sly was writing. Late at night in tiny apartments, he was crafting screenplays. He believed that if Hollywood wouldn't give him a chance, he'd create his own. Then, in March 1975, everything changed. Sly watched the boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner, a journeyman fighter from New Jersey who was given no chance against the champion. Wepner was supposed to be destroyed. Instead, he lasted 15 brutal rounds, even knocking Ali down at one point before finally losing in the final round. Sly watched that fight and saw himself, the underdog, the guy nobody believed in, the man who refused to stay down. He went home and in 3.5 days, writing in a feverish blur, he completed the first draft of Rocky. The script told the story of Rocky Balboa, a small-time boxer from Philadelphia who gets a shot at the heavyweight championship, not because he's the best, but because he's available. It wasn't about winning. It was about going the distance, about proving you belong, about self-respect. Sly shopped the script around Hollywood. Producers loved it. They wanted to buy it immediately. Offers came in, $25,000, then $100,000, then $250,000. For a man who was broke, it was life-changing money. But every offer came with one condition. They wouldn't let Sly play Rocky. They wanted established stars: Ryan O'Neal, Burt Reynolds, James Caan. They told Sly he could sell the script and make good money, but he couldn't star in it. He wasn't bankable. He wasn't a name. Sly said no. He turned down hundreds of thousands of dollars because he knew this wasn't just a script. It was his life, his story, his one shot. If someone else played Rocky, it would mean nothing. Producers thought he was insane. His wife begged him to take the money. But Sly held firm. Finally, producers agreed to let Sly star in the film, but only with a tiny budget, just over $1 million. They had 28 days to shoot. No money for retakes, no room for mistakes. Sly gave everything he had. He did his own stunts. He rewrote scenes on the fly. He fought for every moment. And when the film needed a dog, Sly went back to that liquor store and found the man who'd bought Butkus. He paid $15,000 to get his dog back. Butkus appears in the film. Rocky was released in November 1976. Critics loved it. Audiences loved it even more. The film became a cultural phenomenon, earning over $225 million worldwide. It was nominated for 10 Academy Awards and won 3, including Best Picture. Sly was nominated for Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay, the first person since Orson Welles to be nominated for both in the same film. Overnight, Sylvester Stallone went from sleeping in bus stations to being one of the biggest stars in the world. But Sly didn't stop there. He wrote and starred in multiple Rocky sequels, each exploring different facets of resilience and legacy. The character became larger than cinema. Rocky was a symbol of the underdog spirit, embraced worldwide. In 1982, he co-wrote and starred in First Blood, introducing John Rambo, a traumatized Vietnam veteran who becomes a one-man army. The film was raw, violent, and deeply human. Rambo became another cultural touchstone, spawning sequels that turned the character into an action legend. Throughout the 1980s, Sly dominated action cinema. He became synonymous with muscular, larger-than-life heroes who fought impossible odds. But the 1990s were not kind to Sly. Tastes changed. Action stars aged. Younger actors arrived. His films started flopping. The box office rejected him. Critics mocked him. Hollywood moved on. Sly could have retired. Instead, he reinvented himself. In 2006, at age 60, he wrote, directed, and starred in Rocky Balboa, bringing the character back for one final fight. Critics who had dismissed him for years suddenly praised his work. The film was a hit, reminding audiences why they loved Rocky in the first place. In 2010, Sly created The Expendables, assembling the greatest action stars of multiple generations. It became a successful franchise and reintroduced Sly to a new audience. But his greatest creative achievement came in 2015 with Creed. Instead of playing the hero, Sly passed the torch. He played Rocky as a mentor to Adonis Creed, the son of Apollo Creed. It was vulnerable, tender, and deeply moving. Sly earned his first Golden Globe win and his third Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Sly's personal life has been marked by triumphs and tragedies. He's been married 3 times and has 5 children. In 2012, his son, Sage, died suddenly at age 36 from heart disease. The loss devastated Sly, but he channeled the grief into his work. Now, in his late 70s, Sly continues working. He starred in Tulsa King, a television series that showcases his range beyond action. He remains one of the hardest-working figures in Hollywood, still writing, still directing, still refusing to slow down. Sylvester Stallone's story is not about natural gifts. It is about refusal. A boy born with a face that wouldn't cooperate. A young man told he'd never succeed. An actor who slept in bus stations and sold his dog to survive. A writer who turned down fortune because he believed in himself when no one else did. He didn't wait for permission. He didn't accept limitations. He wrote his own story when Hollywood refused to give him a role in theirs. This is the story of Sylvester Stallone, a man who built a legacy not through ease, but through endurance. Not through luck, but through relentless, unshakable belief. A life that proves the greatest victory is not avoiding the knockdown. It's getting back up every single time.